Okay, so I decided to do a couple PowerPoint slides while I talk about the nuclear bombs and why they occur. So I'm just going to flip this around for now so that you can see my PowerPoint. So nuclear bombs are used with uranium. And uranium is a naturally occurring heavy metal, and it comes as two isotopes. It comes as uranium-238 and or uranium-235. But most of uranium is U-238. But for nuclear bombs, U-235 can sustain a chain reaction. And this releases a large amount of energy, and that's why this is used for nuclear bombs, and uranium-238 cannot do that. So when uranium-235 fissions, it releases two neutrons, which allows it to sustain a chain reaction. And the key problem for creating a nuclear bomb was being able to separate these two uranium isotopes. So U-235 and U-238, they have identical magnetic and chemical properties. So in order for them to be separated, scientists had to determine that U-235 is actually a little bit lighter than U-238. So that makes this separation possible, but it still was very difficult to separate them. So the slight difference in the weight of these two isotopes, that means that when these two isotopes are exposed to the same force, they will end up moving at a slightly different speed. So what happened was gaseous diffusion plants that were capitalized on the different speeds ended up being built. So a gas containing uranium will flow through a tube in an encased chamber, and as you can see, there's different pressure differences here. So the pressure difference between the chamber and the tube, this caused more of the U-235 to pass through. Right here, so the green is the 235 and the red is the 238. So this allowed for the U-235 to be enriched and pass through. And so to keep increasing this separation, because there's still a little bit of U-238 left, they'll take this enriched part and it'll actually go through the same phase again, so that more of the U-235 can pass through. So that was one way of separating these two isotopes, and the other way of separating them was through a centrifuge. So a centrifuge has a stationary outer cylinder. It doesn't look like a cylinder right here because it's kind of showing a cut in half version, but it has a stationary outer cylinder, and on the inside it has a rotor that spins. So a gas containing uranium, just like the last one, it'll flow up the central tube to fill the rotor here. And as the rotor spins, the U-238 is thrown out, and then the U-235 is kept in and is enriched. So just like the last one, in order to keep increasing this separation, there are more centrifuges connected onto here, and they just keep repeating the process to keep getting the enriched U-235. So after that was separated, to create the nuclear bomb, the designers had to divide the amount of U-235 that was needed into two different pieces. So at the tip here, They put about 40% of the necessary uranium-235 right here. And then right here, they put about 60%, like the remaining 60% of the U-235. And so they had a conventional charge or a conventional explosive. And this was used to drive a projectile into the target. So this U-235 is driven into this part of the U-235. And this initiates the chain reaction for nuclear fusion. And so then large amounts of energy are produced, and this causes the nuclear explosion. So yeah, that is my little PowerPoint. I hope it was clear. I tried to clearly state it. I thought the video that we were given was a little confusing to me. I had to watch it back a couple times, so I think I got the most of it. So yeah, that is my presentation on nuclear bombs.